6.0, 20 and a half, 2.5, 33.5 litres.
Wallop.
Welcome back, gang. Here we are at the Outsiders. I'm in my hammock, southwest France, 25 degrees, early evening, late sunset. And Matty, the psycho Hayes, is in his bedroom with no T-shirt on and his tats shining in the light.
Front room today. I'm an insider.
How was Costa Rica, Matt?
Costa Rica was amazing. Bit of a surf tragedy where I didn't actually surf.
I didn't see any surf pictures.
No, the second day I landed, we got a 4-day hurricane and tropical storm warning. And the closest beach to me was actually in Nicaragua because I was right at the north. And basically the driver was like, I'm not driving. They weren't letting people kind of go into the ocean or try and go into the ocean. But it was a honeymoon anyway, so it wasn't a surf trip.
Yeah, but
yeah,
say that we all wish we could surf on certain occasions, but
for sure. But I'm in France as of Monday, and I'm hoping that some waves will come through.
You're in France on Monday, as in 1 week's time.
As in 1 week's time.
Yeah, there's good waves next Monday.
There you go. Well,
maybe.
I land,
but maybe.
Yeah, I land late. I land at I'll be getting to Fipsi's at about 9 o'clock at night.
Okay, so you won't have a crack at it till Tuesday.
And yeah, I don't know what time's it getting dark over there.
Well, it's getting dark now. It's 10:15. If you wanted to, you could still.
I could surf in that. Yeah, I could surf in that.
You could still be in the water. I had a look before, and there's plenty of two-row kookmobiles walking along the beach, getting their sunset hit.
Yeah, should be good. I pick up a new board on Tuesday from the guys at Pukas, so I'm buzzing about that.
So what's your new board?
It's a new model they've released. They released it about a month ago called the Hyperlink.
The Hyperlink.
Yeah, for me, it's a weird one. For me, it's the first kind of shortboard, only thruster model that I've ordered in a long while. But it looks incredible. So I've seen a demo and felt that and looked at it, and yeah, it looks really nice. So I'm gonna give that a crack.
I'm looking at it as we speak. What length did you go?
6.0.
6.0, 20 and a half, 2.5, 33.5 litres.
Wallop.
Kind of like a little bit of a pulled in hip squash tail with a bit of a wider belly.
Yeah, it looks a bit like the CI Red Beauty, which I hear everyone say really good things about. It's got that kind of
by Matt Violas.
Well, it's
inspired by
Axel, but it's a Paizel board, but Violas is involved in it as well, which is okay, I guess.
So you're on new board. I got a new board too there at Euroglass. It's ready. I'm gonna pick it up or get it dropped off soon. A 6.7 Lynx.
Oh yeah, I got your fins as well. They're packed in my bag.
He's 20. He's Lemmy's 20, and I can use them also on this little 6.4 Gracie Demi Boo. And if you're lucky, if we're all lucky, we might run into Gracie. Apparently, I'm hearing rumours the great Phil Grace is about to grace French coastline again. First time since COVID.
Wow, that would be big.
I hope. I miss the old digger.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing Christian and Fipsy. I miss Fipsy. You know my love there. So yeah,
he's back. Yeah, I've only seen him once, and that was the first day he was back in the surf, and then he was supposed to come down past the coffee shop, and he didn't. It's just been hectic. I went to
Yeah.
Paris for a couple of days for a graduation for my wife, and then I don't know what's going on, but it's been pretty hectic.
But enough about us. There's been a lot, because obviously we've been away for 2 weeks. Kind of a lot going down.
What did you think of
Saquarema?
the last one, Punta Roca? Did we talk about it?
We spoke about El Salvador.
El Salvador was pretty lame. So then what was after that?
Saquarema, Brazil.
Saquarema, Brazil. What happened there? It was a Brazilathon.
It was, but there were some weird things there. I think we were speaking and you didn't get to see too much of it, but there was the weird Italo, how he didn't get an interference when he pulled someone off their board.
I kind of watched it on the recorder. He kind of paddled on top of him.
Yeah, he was. I think it was Miguel Pupo was in front of him, and he started just paddling like over the back of him, and he physically pulls him.
Oh, I didn't see that yet.
But yeah, and because there was no priority at that point, there was no interference. But it's the most blatant interference I've ever seen, and it was weird. But Felipe won it, and Carissa won it, and
Felipe deservedly won it.
Yeah, he was standout. He was phenomenal.
It'd be hard, honestly, to go. You'd have to be one angry anti-Brazilian person to
take it from him.
To take that away from him.
He's won it 3 times in a row now. That's pretty.
He seems to just fully psych up when he's in front of a crowd, and obviously the crowd psyching up in front of there is all for him.
Yeah. What about? I was going to say to you though, talking about Brazil and Carissa winning, first time she's won this year. How mad is it that the women have had 8 different winners of the 8 different events?
Yeah, it's pretty good. It's good, huh? It means it's kind of like an open playing field. There's no one running away from it. Yeah. They got a lot of good sort of surfers there. And what was the other weird one? Not even weird. Was Gabby getting smashed? He's out.
Callum Robson surfed like an absolute madman. But yeah, Gabby MCL, he's done the same thing as John.
See, people, me included, were starting to think he was unbreakable, but no one's unbreakable.
Yeah, it is crazy. It's his first injury. That's going to keep him out of events.
Philippe Toledo's leading. Jack Robinson beating Matt Trestles. Ethan Ewing is too boring to be able to win a competition.
No, he'll win J-Bay. But before we go into J-Bay,
Chris Moore will be world champion again.
Question for you about Felipe. Say he, semi-finals at J-Bay. Yeah. No one can overtake him at first. Does he go surf Chopu?
You seem to say what everyone else always says, Matt, but you're allowed to say. I'm eating Ben & Jerry's walnut brittle or whatever it is. It's nearly better than watching Felipe surf Tahiti, but he'll go there. Otherwise, he'll just get written off the World Wide Web.
Yeah, but the thing is, right?
You have to.
Yeah, but what about if he goes there and gets injured?
Bad luck. If he doesn't go there.
Yeah, but you got to think, like, these are athletes, and because these are athletes.
They're surfers.
No, but these are athletes.
They're surfers.
Yeah, they are surfers.
Well, an athlete. An athlete does athletics. A swimmer does swimming.
They're all athletes.
Horse rider is in equestrian.
No, because
surfers surf. They're not athletes.
They're still athletes. But right.
Why?
Even if he's he's a surfer, right?
Of the word Greek.
He's a surfer.
If he doesn't go, he's a soft cock, and he should never be world champion. Full stop.
Yeah, but you got to think, like, his goal his goal at the beginning of the year is to finish the year as world champion. It doesn't. If he wins pipe and wins Chopu and loses every other event, he doesn't become world champion.
You're a soft fuck for agreeing with him to not go there.
No, I'm just thinking.
Chopu, what are you talking about?
Yeah, but like I wouldn't go and surf Chopu. Like, and you can. What I don't get is why is everyone so obsessed with someone being able to win pipeline and someone being able to win Chopu, right? But not win a world title when like
No, I agree with that. You've got to be an all-rounder and you can be a small wave world champion as well. But
yeah, you say you've got to be an all-rounder, but that's not like how many people have won pipe?
well, he doesn't have to go. It's true. He doesn't have to go to Tahiti, but he will because I think he's worried.
I think he will for contract obligations and stuff as well. But I personally, like, I'll be completely honest. If I'm Felipe Toledo, if I do well enough at J-Bay, which he will, I wouldn't go. He has nothing to gain at all by going, and he has everything to lose. He could go to Trestles and go and put extra
What if he
work
gets
in.
the best wave of his life?
What about if he gets the best wave of his life and the next wave he snaps his ankle?
He's still got the best wave of his life.
Yeah, but he would rather win the world title than get the best wave of his life.
Yeah, you could snap your ankle walking across the road.
That is true. You could snap your ankle driving to Trestles on one of those e-bikes, couldn't you?
Exactly.
Moving on from that, did you watch any of the Belito event, the Challenger series that's just gone
Yeah, I
down?
watched a fair bit of it because it's the same time schedule as here, so it's quite
Yeah.
easy to watch. I just like watching it. But more importantly than that, we'll get to everything else. Is Kelly going to surf J-Bay? Because I've got him in my team.
Yeah.
And I heard a rumor that he might not be going there, and it's hard to follow him on his posts or whatever. It's tomorrow. I think they'll run first day. I think they'll start with girls in the morning and then go straight into guys first round in the afternoon.
He'll definitely be there because it's a very good forecast.
All-time forecast.
Yeah. And he was only in Bali, so it's not that far. He'll definitely be in J-Bay, 100%.
Okay, I'm risking big trouble here, listeners. I'm gonna finish off a full thing of Ben & Jerry's, even though I wasn't even that hungry because it's that good. And I didn't buy it. My wife bought it.
But yeah, Kelly will be there.
Vanilla peacock blondie.
Is it vegan?
No. But I've been selling some vegan magnums. Try one when you're down there. They're actually pretty good.
Yeah, they're really good. I'll come get one.
You've had one?
I've had a few different vegan ice creams because Emily's.
The future is that.
Yeah.
I'd rather us give up meat than have to give up surfing.
Yeah, me too. What? Okay, so while we're on J-Bay, quickly, because obviously we've got quite a lot to talk about. What are your predictions? Who do you think is going to win, and maybe a little wild card, men and women?
Well, they've given wild cards. What do you mean? What do you
No,
mean?
not wild card as in dark horse.
Dark horse. Dark horse for J-Bay. J-Bay is my favourite comp of my whole life.
It's my favourite to watch as well.
It's my favourite comp. I just think it's got the best surfing. I mean,
I agree.
Best surfer generally, close to best surfer generally wins it. I love Chopu and pipeline stuff where the best wave can win a comp. Generally, it's the best surfer that wins a comp. Big open camp. It's just somewhere I'd love to go. I'm stay gutted. I've never been there.
Well, you're only young.
I'm thinking. I know I'm only young. I'm thinking. I don't know why. I'm thinking maybe Callum Robson.
Callum Robson is my shout. I think it's lethal.
Yeah, just because he's got really strong legs, and I guess you need the power there.
Yeah, I think Callum Robson's going to be absolutely lethal out there.
I don't know if he's got the flow, but I don't know why I'm saying that. He just won at snapper.
Done well at Bells.
Jordan.
See, I think Jordan's
an underdog.
He's a definite underdog because I watched him at Belito and it was on the first round and the waves were a bit shitty.
He surf it.
Yeah, and he lost in the first round. He lost in a he was last in a 4-man heat. But the waves were pretty shitty. But he just didn't look right. But it didn't look right in. But then again, in El Salvador, there was a heat in El Salvador where he looked really good.
Yeah, he'll surf good at J-Bay.
I think he'll surf good at J-Bay as well. Although I took him out my fantasy team today.
Wonder if Woody could knock over a full tub of vanilla pecan blondie.
Easy.
I reckon he could. I reckon Geordie's a bit of an eater.
He's a big boy, isn't he? Yeah. I reckon so. Callum Robson, I completely agree with. I think he's a dark horse. He could go deep.
I'm really struggling to pick my team because there's guys that are great surfers, and I wanted to put him in my team at Brazil, and I didn't. Samuel Pupo, but his name doesn't resonate with J-Bay with me for some reason.
Nah, I had him for Sakurama. I actually, shout out to myself, won the Sakurama event in my league.
You, Matt.
The Misfits League that I'm in, which is a good little league. But yeah, I think Cal Robson's a good shout. For someone who's not a dark horse, I mean, I think Ethan Ewing, this could be his first win.
It should be.
And I think that Kanoa is going to do good.
Yeah, same with me. I put Kanoa in my team. I think he's a great surfer there. I think J-Bay's made for him. I think I shouldn't tell you fucking inside tips because you could beat me. Jacko Baker should go good there because he's got power and flow.
Yeah.
He looks great in a turn. I reckon he'll blow up out there.
Yeah. What do you think about
Kelly?
Any goofy fits? Do you think any goofy fits are going to do good? Because
I dumped Italo out of my team, even though he'll probably win it.
He won't win it.
Could win it. Possibly.
Win it.
There's no probably win it.
With the forecast, I think a regular foot could show way more variety, and I reckon that might be the difference. But
it doesn't feel like a tour anymore without people like it used to be Mick, and I'm old, but whatever. There used to be guys that were just begging to be watched.
Yeah.
And now John's out, Gabby's out, Kelly's older, Mick's not surfing.
Yeah, and then you got
haven't stepped up yet.
And what frustrates me is like people like Griffin and Kanoa and even Ethan to an extent.
Spoiled, man.
You're just waiting for them to go nuts. Like
they got no hunger.
I don't know. Griff's won 2 events this year.
Won 2 events. You can't say that, can you?
But that's the problem is you never saw Mick or Joel or the others win an event and then the next event lose in the second round.
Yeah.
Even though
they won 2 events, they probably were going to win the world title.
Yeah, even though I do think Griff was robbed in Brazil. But
yeah, I think they had to do it, huh?
Yeah, same. But I do think that. So I would say my dark horse is Callum Robson, and my money would be on Ethan or Kanoa for J-Bay.
I just can't see how Ethan, with his talent and speed and power, can't win a comp.
The thing is, right, at J-Bay...
I'm starting to think he's an idiot. I hope he doesn't listen to this and then come into the pie shop. And if you are, Ethan, you're an idiot. A guy who's a really good surf coach, I won't say his name, told me the other day, he said that the Aussies are just too predictable. Fuck, they didn't used to be. But
yeah, I don't know. Because I think they've always been predictable. Look at Joel and Mick, super predictable. Mick could take off on a wave and you knew exactly what he was going to do where. But it was just super consistent and you couldn't deny it. I've got a bit of a...
It was predictably brilliant.
Yeah. I got a bit of a bone to pick with people. I keep hearing other podcasts talk about Callum Robson and say, "Oh, he's Stab Michael Ceramella."
Class.
Yeah, no, Michael Ceramella said, "Oh, they said, yeah, meat and potatoes." He's so much better than that. He is so fucking good, and he is way better than just meat and potatoes.
Just I reckon because he could knock off 2 tubs of vanilla pecan blondie.
100%.
Starting.
the guy's a fridge. But yeah, I just think that the
You're thinking he's underrated.
way under it, and I reckon he'll be the opposite of Morgs. I think Callum Robson is so hungry that
Yeah, he
I
is.
think next year he's. I
Yeah,
think
he's
next
the
year,
Tiger. And then he's
yeah.
back for another top 5.
But I think with Ethan Ewing, English listeners might understand this a bit more. Weirdly, he reminds me of the football club Tottenham.
Oh, the old Tottenham Tots, the Hotspurs.
Yeah, because Tottenham are known.
Totty.
They'll play 1 week and they'll play unbelievable football, and they'll win a semi-final, and then when they get to the final, it's complete meltdown. They just don't have the minerals, and I just worry that Ethan's just. I want him to just be like a bit more cocky and a bit more like, I'm gonna win this thing. Like,
I tend to feel like he puts me to sleep in an interview, and he's
in an interview, yeah.
favourite surfer to watch. And honestly,
Yeah.
I've given up on him. There you go.
What about females?
Given up on you, mate. Get off your bike. You just got to try and do a different. Just got to go into a heat and say, "Oh, maybe I should win this one." Like sometimes you're watching them, and you just feel like
Yeah, maybe you should go into heat and just go.
Shot of opium before they've paddled out.
Yeah, just paddle out. Whoever you're surfing against, paddle out next to him and go, sorry, mate, you haven't got a chance.
Maybe you should just sit in a tent with Italo for the morning or something and watch what he does.
Or the goat, because the goat's the king of that, isn't he? But what about women? What do you reckon women's side?
Steffi and Carissa.
Okay, I'm gonna go a little different.
I don't like Tyler Wright surfing for that sort of way, but I mean, she could go right, but she doesn't seem to carve. She does her little hand jive, layback thing and stuff where,
yeah, it's just out of place. Doesn't match the wave.
Which kind of was really good on a powerful beach break, or maybe small Rincon or what it was at Bell's.
Yeah.
I think she could go good. Lakey Peterson might go good there too. She's got a good forehand. Crack.
Yeah. I think I'm backing Gabriella Bryant.
Yeah, because she's solid as a truck. You wouldn't want to get behind one of her kung fu chops to the Yahtzee, would you?
No, definitely not. Yeah, so I think her, and I also can't. I'm excited to see Steph on a JV wall. I want her to go on
any sort of wave wall.
I want her to get out there on a twinny,
or even in lingerie.
Well, more surfing, but
I think that if she doesn't, but if she had a wild card into it, I'd be putting me money on Molly Picklum.
Oh, she's surfing good at the moment. And Macy Callan.
Caitlin.
Yeah, Katie Simmers.
Who I don't think's overrated or anything, but I think she's a little bit overscored at the moment just because she's young and they're scoring her up because I think they're not used to seeing someone that young be that good. I
think she's very, very good.
So do I, but I think sometimes she maybe gets bonus points like if you're playing cricket, like you play cricket, you like that, or playing younger at like a family reunion and there's some little kid on the other team and everyone passes in the ball. It kind of feels like that, but she still will be better than everyone else within 2 years.
Yeah. Well, I've been
like a stylish version of Carissa.
Yeah, I really like how Macy Callahan's surfing right now. She's been surfing real good, and I think she's gonna
smack the lip too, doesn't she?
Yeah, she's
Which a lot of them don't. But she smacks the lip, so that's why they should be. Well, she is. She's on the road to requalification.
She's second, I think, or third. Yeah, so she's doing good. But what?
Go to your notes, Matt. Look lost.
Yeah, no, I was just thinking other than Gabriella Bryant, but I think Steph. I'd said Steph. So yeah,
let's just hope that the waves are the real heroes.
Yeah, fingers crossed the forecast lands and they get it right.
If
And
it's
it'll be good if
Geordie could just blow everyone out of the water coming back
100%.
to the old white chocolate. He could.
I'd like to see him win it. I do like Geordie.
Anyone in the field has got his experience or style on that sort of wave out there, apart from Ethan, and let's see if he can do it.
Yeah. Let's see. Moving on from WSL land.
Neither of us said that just before we move on. Neither of us quoted Toledo as a winner there, despite his double alley-oop wave. You don't think he's going to win there?
Not of his pumping. I don't know. His rail game's good, but I think.
Yeah.
I mean, it's hard to write him off. He's that fucking good, but I just think that someone else is going to win this event.
Well, he's had 3 or 4 finals in a row. All
Yeah.
right, good by WSL. What else do you want to chin it about?
So, Stab Highway, USA, California.
Stab Highway, because we only watch the multinationals. We can't comment anything on small independent because we don't have time to search it down. And if there is something,
if you want to talk about that, talking about small and independent, even though he's not small, Torin released another film, and it's incredible.
One, wasn't it?
Huh?
Wasn't it an older one?
It's an old one that he's now made available on YouTube. Yeah, it's an hour long.
Just get shucked off his ringer.
He's so good.
He really is.
He makes me want to.
Imagine him. Okay, imagine him. You'd love this.
J-Bay.
Him in a J-Bay comp.
Yeah, he'd win it for me if I was judging. But he makes me want to quit my job, sell my flat, sell everything in it, and just live in a van, even though it's probably a horrible way to live most of the time when you're cold and salty and you need to borrow a shower and stuff. But he does. So
no, he's just shredding it. So drive-through is better than that shitty.
No, opposite way around. Stab Highway is better than drive-through. Yeah.
I just got old and senile, didn't I?
He did a little bit. That ice cream's come back to get you.
Oh, she's got that post rush.
Yeah. So 3 episodes into Stab Highway. And
hour-long episodes, but they seem to be watchable. It shows how craving we are for good content.
And I think it's top class. I fucking hate Jacob Z. Kelly or whatever his name is, but he's also a madman, and you'd love to have him on your team. I
think he looks pretty funny.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't like him, but well, sorry, I didn't like him before this, and now he's growing on me a bit. Yeah, he is pretty psycho, but good on him. And I like everyone in it. I like Aitan. I like Ian Crane. I think Mateus Hurdy's sick. I absolutely adore Ainara. The
Spanish girl.
Yeah, she gives Steph a good run for money.
I think that Ivy's quite annoying. I listened to her on a interview, and she's a rich kid talking about how a Hollywood artists. I read this comment. It was like how people can't make things authentic or whatever. Basically, she was just saying no one in Hollywood could do a thing as good as authentic as this Stab Highway thing, because portray it. That's just acting. Like Hollywood make Academy Award-winning movies every single year. I don't know what they're talking about. It's interesting for a surfer, but like there's plenty of authentic things out there. Have you watched Free Solo?
Yeah, that's
better than nearly any surf movie has ever even got close to getting. But,
I find her.
No, she's not annoying. Actually, in the show, her interview was annoying, and her Instagram isn't that bad either.
Do you know what I find weird about her though is she's not a great surfer. like in the last episode, episode 3, that at the end, without any spoilers, at the end they do a surf off at Rincon with all 14 captains, which are the girls.
Yeah, no, she can't really surf that good.
And yeah, it didn't look great. It looked like kind of like almost like there's a girl that surfs local to us here who does a backside turn better than that, and she's grown up in the wits.
And poor old Holly, there is a Holly Warren. She just fell over like a bag of turd at
Yeah, it's funny. She looked like she overpowered it.
Just shrugged it. The Spanish girl and the girl from Hawaii.
Yeah, Zoe absolutely took it apart, but she's the one. She competes. She was in, and she looked like she was out having a heat. And Ainara is just too cool. She just looks like she's not rushed by anything, but she surfs good. And she was on the board that I'm picking up on Tuesday. So,
but I did laugh pretty hard a few times when they were egging, because I thought that was pretty funny. But then I thought it was funny how a challenge, which seemed to be hard, was to drink 12 small beers.
Yeah.
Between 4 of them in the car park. And they were like, we both would have various friends that could have knocked over those small 12 beers in 20 minutes with a couple of burps.
My brother would have probably just doubled the challenge just for the sake of it.
When Matthias heard, they said he can't do it because he had the challenge, which
yeah. Well, I know it was a bit strange.
Probably, and not even probably, it would have been American light beer as well, so it would have been 2.5%.
Probably. And what was it? They were drinking Coors Light or whatever it was.
Yeah, but more than anything, you'd just be up the duff because I'd just have to piss all afternoon after drinking 12 of those crappy beers.
Yeah, same.
But it's still worth watching, viewers.
Yeah, it's very good. And I think they've got quite a few episodes to come. I think there's like 6 or 8 episodes. So, but yeah, it will show an hour. But if you watch it weekly, then it's definitely watchable for an entire hour. It goes by pretty quick, and it's very different to the Australia one, which I like because I think if they tried to have it similar, then
thank God they didn't, because they're all copying themselves on a fair few things.
Yeah, but that's last couple of things then.
They could do a Stab Highway in Europe where you had to chug 4 bottles of wine in the car park. That would put some people into the hospital.
And only live off of
baguettes.
Baguettes, or mussels.
Churros.
Yeah, croissants. No, it would be good if they'd done a European one. They could do a European one, and every place you have to like go to Ireland and you can only drink Guinness, and go to France and only eat baguettes, and I don't know.
It'd take a while. I guess you could wick in a few flights and stuff like that.
Well, if you could do it around Australia, you could do it around Europe.
How's the COVID situation going up there?
I think so. I haven't really. It seems like it's not really a thing anymore. So
every second person that lives here has got it.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's not good. But apparently there's a little spike.
Seriously affecting people, but I'm just hoping it doesn't go rampant through my house.
Yeah, or your surf camp or something.
Yeah, the surf house.
Yeah. A couple of other things that I guess that we should talk about that have been released. Have you managed to watch the Kelly, the Lost Tapes?
Everything, Matt. I watch everything.
Lost Tapes.
It's my way to decontract when I get home.
So, what did you think about the last 2 episodes? That obviously it's episode 3 and 4. Basically, we're at now of the Kelly Slater Lost Tapes.
Yeah, it's good. I like that. I mean, it is Kelly. I've grown up with him, and he rips the bag out of it. It's a bit boring.
Don't you think it makes the make or break show that they had look bad though? I prefer this to make or
Yes.
break. I feel like
Yeah,
I'm more on the
it's way better
inside.
than make or break. Yes.
Yeah, you feel like you're more on the inside. You're seeing more behind the scenes. Um, I think it's really good, and long live the goat because he is the goat, I guess.
The goat would probably be able to do what I've just noticed was in my room in my office, and that's get my Australian license sent over to me because they think I'm temporarily living in Europe. These are just
24 years.
tips, listeners, for people that are trying to skirt society, which I've learned off the great Phil Grace. He'll be proud of me. I'll be talking to him about this one. I've got my sister's address on there, my sister's daytime phone number. She's like, what if they ring me? I say, yeah, you just say that your brother's phone
Surfing.
on and that he's a little bit scattered. They've got plenty of scattered people in Australia on the dole that they've still given licenses to.
Yeah.
One license,
driver's license.
driver's license. That's what I reckon. We shouldn't be getting multinational. I'm not a Frenchie. They shouldn't give me one. Just let me stick with my Aussie license.
Yeah.
It's not the same side of the road, but who cares? And the goat doesn't need it because he can travel around the world for free with COVID or without COVID and not have the same problems that we have. I bet you he would have surfed in Costa Rica, Matt.
Probably. Yeah, they probably would have reopened the. They probably would have delayed the hurricane for the goat.
He would have dumped his girlfriend at the cop shop or something like that. I'll be back in a minute.
Yeah, but you could do that when you're the goat, I guess.
Well, get your board ready, get your boardies ready. You're leaving this time. You come down here to surf.
Yeah, boy.
I think a couple of days after you arrive, the wind might get a bit up. But
good. I want that because then I could go down to.
You're from.
Go down to Hyundai.
Go down to where?
Hyundai.
Oh yeah, your favourite beach.
Well, only if it's absolutely macking with the wind.
You got to get a pie up your guts.
Yeah, you owe me one.
Do I?
You owe me a pie and a vegan ice cream.
Oh yeah, as long as those fins turn up, you'll get both.
The fin, you'll get multiple fin options. You know me, I'm a what is it? A gearhead.
All right, we're going to sign off with some predictions.
Well, I've got a confession, and I'm rather than a do or a don't, I've got a confession that people can mock me for or not. But basically, so you messaged me saying it's boardies, and I looked at the weather and it's obviously hot, so I don't want to cook in the surf. So I wanted to buy I don't like rashies, like I don't like them tight on me. So I wanted to buy a surf shirt, like a UV shirt. Looking around the UK, can barely find one anywhere other than one horrible website that I won't mention.
I've got one for you, a Quicksilver one. It's like a black lycra t-shirt.
Oh, wow. So this is my confession because I feel kooky for doing it, but I've done it anyway. My good friend works for Florence Marine X, and he got me a long sleeve UV rashi, no, not rashi, surf shirt. It's loose, black lycra.
Long sleeve.
Yeah, because I got tats, so I need to protect them. They're like they can really get affected by the sun.
It's just basically a wet shirt.
Yeah, basically. And it was like 80 quid. I didn't pay that. I'm fortunate that my mate sorted me out, but I feel a bit kooky wearing a Florence Marine X t-shirt, but I'm going to do it anyway. So that's my confession.
It's branded ever, isn't it?
Is Florence Marine X the old? Is it the new Hurley, where Hurley was like that surf dad kook thing?
That's new Depactus.
I've never heard of that. What's that?
There you go. It was the brand that Luke Egan and a couple of dudes back for a couple of years with marketing and stuff, and then just disappeared.
Well.
Like, let's put it this way: Florence Marine X, John, he's what is the greatest surfer of a generation. Introvert, not really marketing anyway. Now injured again, off tour again. Who's going to see the Florence Marine X?
Well, yeah.
No one.
Well, it's not really surf gear. It's more like it's actually more marine exploration kind of stuff. And he obviously does wear
people out there looking for that, isn't it?
Yeah, especially paying £100. Do you know the Florence Marine X 3-2 wetsuit, chest zip, no real frills or anything about it, just standard 3-2, all black, £750.
Well, there you go. Hey, well, I'm going to surf with you in my new Whistler singlet neoprene.
Wow, hey, what what is it? What do they call them? Like a short John?
No, just the top, the vest.
Oh, not
so that my ribs don't, my sore rib doesn't rub against the board, so you don't get nipple rash.
Yeah,
and you got full freedom of arm paddling. I had it in Hawaii because it was the impact vest that I put under my 4.3 here in winter. And I took that with me. And because in Hawaii, people don't care if you wear an impact vest, I was just wearing it even on smaller days when it was 2-3 foot, and realized how unreal it is actually, because your arms are free. As long as the water's warm, which it is at the moment, you keep that little chill off your chest so you don't get all chilly willy, and your arms are free as a whistle, and you don't actually seem to get a rush from it.
That sounds good.
I
well, we're gonna look like a picture with me and
Tom and Jerry.
Yeah, me in a long sleeve, brand new Florence Marine X like wet shirt and
Pickle.
Yeah.
Laurel and Hardy.
That's it.
Wayne and Kerr.
John and John.
I've got no confessions to make because I've been like a saint.
Well, your confession is you've already made it. Is hammering a full keg of Ben and Jerry's during a 40-minute podcast.
It was pretty good, actually.
Yeah, you did nail it, to be honest.
It's really tasty, and like if you get that slight sickening feeling afterwards,
it's worth it.
But that'll get dropped off with the kids at the pool in the morning, and au revoir.
And that's a note to end on. Au revoir.